It's because good agents are information machines. So we know the process, we know the market, and we know what to look out for. So this is how we can provide, as agents, as brokers, this is how we can provide value to our clients. Hey guys, Alex here. Welcome back to my channel, a channel about real estate, personal finance, and business. In today's video, I will be talking about the roles and responsibilities of a real estate broker or agent. I have been a real estate broker since 2011, so that's about 10 years now. And I realized that there are actually a lot of misconceptions about the roles and responsibilities of real estate brokers or agents. Some seem to think that, we merely point out the location of the property or only give information on new projects, but it's actually so much more than that. And like any job, it takes skill and experience to be good at it. In a nutshell, a real estate broker works to negotiate and arrange real estate transactions. So when working for sellers, this includes explaining the entire listing process and the sales process, listing properties both for sale or rent. We also work with the sellers in coming up with the best pricing for their property so that it's competitive compared with other listings in the market. We also do create and implement various marketing strategies, bring buyers to the property, organize open house events, advise sellers on how to best present their property for showings. We also submit any and all offers to the seller for consideration. So if there's a buyer who's interested in the property, if there are several buyers, then we have a responsibility of submitting all the offers. We also help sellers negotiate offers to make sure that we can come up with an offer that's really good for both parties and work on closing contracts with the buyer or seller's preferred attorney. Now, with working with buyers, we will also explain the entire buying process, screen buyers, and understand what type of property they are looking for. And the next is to offer a list of properties that match the buyer's requirements and budget. And then we also do the coordination and bring buyers to the properties that they're interested in checking out. Now, when a decision is made to attempt a purchase, we will also be helping the buyer craft their initial offer so it's also attractive to the seller. And then we do facilitate due diligence and present results to the buyer. So when working with the buyer as well, so we also do the negotiation in their behalf with the seller or the seller's agent, relate to buyer the closing requirements needed to close the sale. And then we also connect the buyer with a home loan officer, attorney, and processor for the title transfer. And then since I was the one who recommended these individuals, although the buyer can also contact these people directly, I also do facilitate the communication so that I just need to update the buyer. And then, of course, delivering and explaining documents in the transaction process, assist buyers through closing and taking possession of the property. So in a nutshell, your broker will act as the main facilitator of the entire sales transaction. And this requires skill and knowledge to execute properly because there are a lot of things that you have to look out for. And if you're new in the industry or it's not something that you're always dealing with, then there may be things that you can overlook. So this is why you should get a knowledgeable real estate agent, someone who has the experience and the skill to protect you and your investments. And this is why people go through agents, right? I mean, you can do it on your own. Sellers can sell property on their own. Buyers can buy property on their own. But why do they go through agents? It's because good agents are information machines. So we know the process, we know the market, and we know what to look out for. So this is how we can provide, as agents, as brokers, this is how we can provide value to our clients, especially now that, it's the information age. Everything is on the internet. You can see listing information everywhere, from Facebook to Lamudi to Dot Property. So how do we as agents provide more value? How can we stand out from other agents? By knowing more than everyone else. So you can really separate yourself by knowing a lot more than the rest. Also, it's a big purchase. So for most people, their home is the largest investment that they make in their entire life. So it makes sense to get a good broker who can facilitate the entire process so you can enjoy a smooth and hassle-free transaction. So next, how much is the standard broker's fee? So the standard broker's fee is 5% of the total contract price. So for example, if the total contract price of a property is 5 million, we multiply that by 5% and that's the broker's fee. Some developers even give more, like 6, 7, or 8%, depending on the sales volume of the realty. Now for rentals, our professional fee is 1 month's rent for every year, or 10% of the total contract price if less than a year. So for instance, I lease out a house at 30,000 per month for a year. So then the broker's fee is 30,000 because that's 1 month for every year. If the renter extends for another year, then I as the broker will facilitate the documents needed for the renewal of the lease, and there will be another broker's fee for the extension. Another example is a condo. For instance, a condo at 20,000 per month for 6 months term. So we multiply 20,000 times the term of the client, which is 6 months, so that's 120,000, and then multiply that by 10%. So that's 12,000. So the broker's fee of this deal is then 12,000. So when is the broker's fee paid? The fee is paid once the transaction is finished. So if it's done via bank financing, the buyer will usually pay a down payment and then the bank will release the balance once the transfer title is submitted to them. So upon receipt of the down payment, the seller will usually release an amount equivalent to 5% of the down payment received. The balance will then be released once the seller has been fully paid by the bank. If it's a cash transaction, then the broker's fee will be released once the seller has been fully paid by the buyer. Now for rental deals, commission releases upon signing of the lease contract and payment of the advance and deposits. Homeowners will usually get a rental amount in bulk for 3 months because that's 2 months deposit and 1 month advance. Then the balance will be in the form of post-dated checks. So that's it for now. Whether you're new in the real estate industry or a client who wants to clarify what exactly the role of your broker is, I hope this video has made that clear to you. Thanks for spending your time with me today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!